Hello, my name's Darrin with RE/MAX West here in Boise, Idaho. And I wanted to touch on a few things today. I got a call yesterday from some folks who are going through some financial hardships. And they had heard about a short sale, and their primary concern was that they thought mistakenly that they would have to move out of the property right away and that the short sale process would be very short. And I can certainly understand because of the confusing terminology. I have no idea who came up with this term. Short sale, they should be shot because it is not reflective of the type of transaction that it is. And actually the term short only refers to the payoff that the lender is receiving. So if you're selling on a short sale, your lender is getting a short payoff, short of what they're owed. So other than that, it's a little bit longer process. And let me touch on a couple of key points. Number one, during a short sale process, you are the owner of the property. You still retain ownership. It is your property, and you live there or continue to rent it out. If it's owner-occupied property, you still live in the property through the entire process. Number two is that if you're in foreclosure proceedings, in most instances, your bank will postpone the foreclosure process to allow normal marketing and escrow time to go through. And on that point, it's sometimes a little bit longer process. A short sale transaction is actually a little bit longer. So we market the property, we obtain an offer from a prospective buyer. Once we get that offer, then your lender must approve of the short payoff to them, or they approve of the offer. They want to make sure it's an arm's length transaction, that it's not your sister buying the property, that it's a legitimate transaction, and that the value is somewhere within the market range, so they can approve of the short sale process. That time frame, there's a ton of different variables, and I won't go into that right now, but it can take anywhere from 30 days in the best case scenario to 6 months to get that approval. And call me, we can help identify what time frame you're in depending on the lender, servicer, who the investor is. So because of that length of time, and your lender does not want to foreclose on the property. In fact, it costs them more to foreclose on a property and resell it than it does to participate in a short sale. So they'd rather you stay in the property, maintain it, and work through the short sale process. And then the third item is rebuilding for the future. So through the short sale process, you're typically not getting any money at the end of the transaction because the lender's taking a short payoff. There are some loans that they'll give you some relocation assistance, but it's relatively minimal, and it only happens on about 30% of the transactions out there. But what takes place is under current loan guidelines, when you go to obtain new financing in the future, I'm not talking about now, but talking about in the future, after a short sale, if you have clean credit, in about 24 months, you'll be eligible for new financing under current guidelines. So that is 1 to 3 years sooner than if you have a foreclosure. So we keep you in the property longer in a short sale. The rebuilding for the future is 1/3 to 50% faster, meaning 1 to 3 years faster before you can buy new property again, and be back on your feet. If you have any questions, give me a call, 208-287-0400. And thank you very much.